Hi, my name is Becky Blunk, and I am a subject liaison librarian at UCS. Today I'm going to talk to you about LEGO Serious Play at UCS. Let me start today by telling you about my daughter. She turned 3 this year, a really interesting age. When it came to buying gifts for her, we had a lot of options. She's at an age where she still pretty much likes everything. She's got a 3-foot-tall inflatable T-Rex, she loves Mr. Min books, and she has just about the girliest bike in Suffolk. Wanting to get her something more educational, we decided some LEGO would be a nice addition. It was nothing fancy, just a small kit aimed at enticing little girls, you know, pink and purple bricks to make a house and a picnic table. We knew she was going to need some help at first, putting all the pieces together, but really after a couple days she was content to start building things on her own, with some very interesting results. Firstly, the croissant piece suddenly became a hot dog, a small brown angled brick became a brownie, and I constantly started finding a small dog driving the car that was meant for the girl minifigure. Of course, it didn't matter that most of these things were not exactly correct, or even possible, but what did matter was that she saw connection in these things and found a way to represent it. Which brings us to me. I don't typically consider myself fun or adventurous. In fact, I dare say I may come off a little bit serious. I mean, you should see the shoes that I wore to work today. That being said, I do enjoy being challenged, and when I started hearing all the buzz about LEGO Serious Play within libraries, it seemed like a great opportunity for just that. Just what is LEGO Serious Play? LSP was developed by, you guessed it, LEGO, as a tool primarily used for exploring common paradigms, structural issues, and strategy within the business sector. Revolving around group discussion and model building, LSP is a beneficial cognitive constructivist learning tool. Not to mention anyone can do it. I mean, after all, no prior knowledge or skill is really necessary to whack 2 LEGO bricks together. So what does that even mean? A bunch of stockbrokers sitting around a table fighting over who gets the Batman minifigure, or a competition for building the tallest LEGO skyscraper? Well, no, but actually maybe. Because LSP is about using metaphor when building models to be discussed within the group, it may just be crucial to have that Batman minifigure. Let me explain further. LSP workshops are designed to enable participants to engage in creative yet reflective processes and to demonstrate the cognitive link between hand and brain learning connections. In other words, LSP encourages users to illustrate thoughts, challenges, or beliefs by using LEGO to make a physical representation. So what does this, if any of it, have to do with learning and teaching? Firstly, LSP demonstrates a constructivist approach to learning as it focuses on the participants developing their understanding or finding solutions to problems based on their own experiences and knowledge, thus constructing the knowledge themselves. Secondly, it emphasizes a constructionist approach by which players learn and understand concepts as a result of touching and making. An example in LSP would be using the metaphor of a fire, and in building it, the player considers all of the characteristics of a fire when explaining how it represents their problem or challenge. Finally, LSP is related to learning and teaching, well, because we are going to start developing library teaching sessions using this method for the next academic year. Now, at this point, you may be questioning my sanity, intelligence, or both, but LSP, apart from supporting team building and encouraging divergent thinking, is worth considering. Remember how I said I wasn't fun? Well, let me tell you, after participating in a 2-hour session at an innovation and creativity conference this year, I was converted. Who knew that building how I saw challenges within my profession could be so cathartic and provide me with the means to fully explain that which seems so difficult to do in words? This got me thinking, if I can do this, surely anyone can. As librarians, we are trained to consider asking students probing questions in order for them to think about what it is they are looking for, how they consider to the process for doing so, and what, if anything, does that mean, or why is it important? Unsurprisingly, but not unexpectedly, they don't always know the answers to this question. This is why we're looking into LSP at UCS. We'll start by discussing our session learning objectives and outcomes with course leaders across UCS to see if there's any particular interest in which we can schedule sessions. Although not essential, it is important to have a little bit of buy-in from the participants, or at least a concerted effort in order for the whole group to benefit. As you may expect, participants will be situated around a table with a pile of LEGO to use. Generally, these kits contain as many pieces as possible to encourage a problem-based learning process and thinking, as well as those conducive to metaphoric interpretation, so wheels, plants, windows, etc. The facilitator then poses a build question, and once the time is up, it's time to share. And this is where the real magic happens. Not only is the group more focused on each model rather than the person presenting the model, this is where each person has the opportunity to talk about what they built, why they chose certain pieces, and what it all represents, which may not sound groundbreaking, and it isn't meant to be. However, it's interesting to see the difference between asking someone to describe a challenge they face and then having them describe their challenge when they've got a metaphorical model in front of them to use as a prompt. And the learning doesn't stop here. In addition to talking about their own models, by listening to others describe their challenges, it encourages group discussion and cohesion, or at the very least, a mutual understanding within the group regarding what ideas the players have for finding solutions that may be helpful to others. In addition to the great benefits of using LSP within teaching sessions, this method is also a useful tool for engaging a range of students, from international students who may have English as their second language and therefore are not always confident with regard to explaining challenges they face searching for information, but also those with specific learning disabilities who feel more productive participating in sessions that are not centered around a lecture or a writing activity. So again, if we go back to my 3-year-old, engaging with LSP is not about what you build as a participant. In fact, because there are no right or wrong answers, what is built is not nearly as important as what it represents, how it's articulated, what the student can leave the session with understanding, and the discussions that will follow regarding the best approach to solutions. Which is why we're going to start using LSP in our library sessions for students in the 2014-2015 academic year, along with the induction-related topics such as transitioning into study at university and becoming acquainted with the library and other learning services support. We'll offer sessions exploring literature searching for returning students and understanding the literature review for dissertation students. And of course, if you're interested and would like to work with the library in helping to develop these sessions, or if you think that this method may be useful, we hope that you'll contact us. And so really, that is LEGO Serious Play, and this has been my Pachakcha for the UCS Learning and Teaching Day, June 13th, 2014.